Hello Sec 2 Express. Today I'll be doing your new chapter. It's on your worksheet chapter 8A. I know I don't have this worksheet, you don't have this worksheet with you yet, so I'm just going to teach you the concept and you're just going to do I'm going to upload the worksheet for you and online, and then you're just going to do the classwork for me. Alright, so I need to finish this chapter before school reopens, that's why this video today. Okay, let's start on this chapter. Let's go through some basic concepts first. Now, we know that the number 2 multiplied by 0 will give you 0. Okay? 0 multiplied by another number 5 will also give you 0. Now, from here, we notice something. For it to be equals to 0, one of the numbers must be 0. It doesn't matter whether is it this one or this one, but one of the numbers must be 0. So this is the concept surrounding this topic. Okay, from here we can conclude if I have smiley face multiplied by sad face equals to 0, either the smiley face must be 0 or the sad face must be 0 for the equation to be true. Correct now? So either this side is 0 or this side is 0, but either one of them must be 0. Okay, so again, this is the concept. I'm going to go through this again. Instead of using smiley face and sad face, I'm going to use highlighter color. So the yellow color multiplied by blue color give me 0. So from this conclusion, either the yellow color is 0 or the blue color one is 0. Correct? So from here, I would like to put in some algebra. So if I have A times B equals to 0, I highlight this as yellow, I highlight this as blue. So either A is 0 or B is 0. Right? Either the yellow color one is 0 or the blue color one is 0 for the equation to be true. I'm going to add in a little bit more algebra this time. I'm going to add in x and y. So if I have 2x multiplied by x minus 2 equals to 0. You see, I have the yellow color one multiplied by the blue color one equals to 0. So from here we know either the yellow color one is equals to 0 or the blue color one is equals to 0. Okay, divide by 2, this is 0, or plus 2 on both sides. This is 2. Alright, so this is yellow color equals to 0 or blue color equals to 0. So this is the main concept of this entire worksheet. Now, we are going to this example, work example number 1. Let's take a look at work example number 1. Very simple. X times x minus 1 equals to 0. This is the yellow color one. This is the blue color one. So from the concept that we go through just now, we know that either the yellow color one is equals to 0 or the blue color one is equals to 0. X equals to 0 already solved. Okay, this one, if we solve it, we get x equals to 1 and finish. That is the answer. How about this one? You see, yellow color multiplied by blue color equals to 0. So from the concept just now, either the yellow color equals to 0 or the blue color equals to 0. Solve, divide by 2, minus 1, done. Solve. Okay, the question asks you to solve. So no problem, we just solve. Let's take a look at part C. Very, very simple as well. It's x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 3 equals to 0. Our concept, yellow equals to 0 or blue equals to 0. Plus 2 on both sides or minus 3 on both sides. I get minus 3. Done. Okay, same for this. This multiplied by this gives you 0. So therefore, it's either this is 0 or this is 0. So this is 3 or 3x equals to minus 5. Divide by 2, x is 1.5, or x is minus 5 over 3. Then you must be asking, so Cher, is there two answers? Yes, there is two answers for this. This is what we call a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation has two answers. These are called quadratic equations. A quadratic equation has two answers. Alright? Now, I need you to do classwork number 1. You don't have to do the homework. So I'm going to go through work example number. Once you have done classwork number 1, then I will go through work example number 2. You can continue playing the video for work example number 2. Now, if you realize work example number 2 is this, 2x squared plus 6x equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Quadratic means there is an x squared. Alright, this is a quadratic equation. Now, how do you solve such a question? Now, remember just now we went through smiley face times sad face equals to 0. So either smiley face equals to 0 or sad face equals to 0. In this case, I don't have something times something, but I can make it into something times something. What I need to do is the magic word. It's called factorize. So all we need is just factorize. Take out 2x. I'm left with x plus 3 equals to 0. Then this one, same already, see? Yellow times blue equals to 0. So either the yellow is equals to 0 or the blue is equals to 0. Divide by 2, minus 3, done. Alright, so the magic word in this example here is you need to factorize. Let's take a look at part B. 9x squared minus 4. Now, again, magic word, factorize. Now, how do you factorize 9x squared minus 4? If you remember, a squared minus b squared gives you a plus b, a minus b. Same for this. 9x squared minus 4 is actually 3x, the whole thing square minus 2, the whole thing square equals to 0. If you were to factorize it, it will give you 3x minus 2, 3x plus 2. You should be good at this now. From here, you know, yellow color times blue color gives you 0. So either the yellow color equals to 0 or the blue color is equals to 0. Plus 2 on both sides, so 3x equals to 2 or 3x equals to minus 2. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Final answer. Done for part B. Okay, let's take a look at part C. This is also a quadratic equation. You see there's an x squared over here. Now, magic word, factorize. You need to factorize. But how do you factorize this? X squared minus 3x minus 28. Yes, you have to use this one. Okay, but for those who know how to use the two brackets without using the cross method, please go ahead. You can just use x and x, 7 and 4. Minus 3 is minus 7 plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so if you want to skip this step, you're allowed to skip this step. Okay, if you're able to do the two brackets factorization quickly without this cross factorization, fine. You can just go ahead and do it. For those who can't do it, this is x squared, this is minus 28, this is minus 3x. X times x, this is 7 and 4, minus 7 plus 4. Minus 7x plus 4x gives you minus 3x. Alright, from here, yellow times blue equals to 0. Therefore, yellow equals to 0 or blue equals to 0. So plus 7 minus 4. Alright, then you solve. Done. Part D. Another quadratic equations that needs factorization. And this factorization also requires this cross method. Again, for those who are able to do the factorization immediately, you can skip this step. Okay, this is the reason why I want you all to be able to do this very quickly. There's a reason why. Okay, so 2x squared is 2x times x. 12 is 4 and 3. So I'm just going to try this. This gives me 8 and 3. So I want plus 5. So this should be plus 8 minus 3. Yeah. Then I get, again, the concept yellow times blue equals to 0. So either the yellow equals to 0 or the blue equals to 0. Plus 3, 2x equals to 3, minus 4, divide by 2, done. Okay, please leave your answer in mixed numbers, 1.5, done. Once you understand this concept, do classwork 2, these 4 questions. I will go through these when you come back to school. Let's go through, once you're done with that classwork, let's go through work example number 3. Very quickly, work example number 3 is very easy. Now, they ask you to simplify and solve each of the following equations. So if you take a look at these equations, the difference between this equation and the previous equation is the previous equation is equals to 0, but this is not 0. If it's not 0, you have to make it 0, otherwise you cannot solve. Remember, your smiley face times sad face equals to 0. This side must be 0 for you to be able to solve it. If it's not 0, cannot solve. Alright? So, expand and simplify. Very simple. From here, I just expand x squared. Sorry, I just use a black pen. X squared plus 6x plus 5 equals to 0. Alright? From here, same magic word, factorize. Then solve. See, equals to 0 already. Now it is equals to 0. So then you can do yellow color times blue color equals to 0. Then you get x plus 5 equals to 0, or x plus 1 equals to 0, x equals to minus 5, or x equals to minus 1. Alright? So don't be tricked in the exams if this question comes out. You have to make the right side to be equals to 0 first before you can actually solve them. Same for part B. You have to make equals to 0. So what I do is I expand first. That gives me 16y squared plus 6y equals to 1 minus 1 plus 6y minus 1 equals to 0. Now on the right side is 0 already. So what do I do with this quadratic equation? I factorize. Okay? You can use the 2 brackets method to factorize this. 16y squared, I use 8y and 2y. This is 1 and 1 definitely. I want positive 6y, so this should be positive, this should be negative. Okay, for those doing this method, 8 times positive 1 is 8y. 8y minus 2y gives you positive 6y. Alright? So this is 8y minus 1 equals to 0, or 2y plus 1 equals to 0. Same, yellow multiply by blue equals to 0. So either yellow equals to 0 or blue equals to 0. From here, plus 1 on both sides, 8, 1 equals to 1, or minus 1 on both sides. Divide by 8, divide by 2. Done. Alright, so this is work example number 3. Finish off classwork 3, and that's it for this worksheet 8A.